what do you think this year is about? I am watching the chat. It is probably a few seconds. Oh, Kyle's a fast one. These people are fast, eh? These people are fast, very fast. Good job, 100% correct. Can anybody know why on earth are we trying to build a culture of care? What's the purpose of it? Is there a purpose to creating a culture of care? Does anyone know that answer? Why on earth are we creating a culture of care? Why should we care? Why should we care? Because we found out it's a secret source. Oh, it does make members feel special. And when members feel special, to support and members on their journey of growth, yes, to provide a safe environment for our team members to grow, yes, yes, yes. Those are all true, because at the end of the day, we want to ensure that we are more than conquerors. We are the victorious, the winners. That's who we are. And we have found out that it's when we operate with a heart of care that amazing things happen. So it's now 16 past. Ladies and gentlemen, put on your seatbelts. We're ready for off. I am going to take you to Club Central. I just need to open up. I've been working in the car and repositioning things. Let me just reposition my repositioning. And I think the other one is here. Yes. Okay. I am going to share the screen, and I'm not just going to share the screen. I am going to share my PC. So I do so much. And if it's a maze of stuff, don't be worried. It makes it easier for me to just hop from the one item to the other item. Okay. And sharing screen is coming on. Now, I do know that we have, and there's my president, Hello Marie from Swakopmund, and I'm not there at the moment. And Vivbody and Yari, all the people I know. And my dearest, one day I will remember if it's the Charl or the Carl. I'm sure it's the Charl, but I always want to call you Carl. One day I'll get it right without asking you for the umpteenth time. Hello there. Okay, share screening coming up. I sidetrack myself. How can anybody keep up with me if I sidetrack myself? Okay, here we go. Adventure into Granny B007 species. I do trust that everyone on this call today does know how to log into your Toastmasters account. So that one I take as a given. If you don't, let me know and I will deal with that separately later. I do trust that we know that. And normally this is the page we get to, and we will just go all the way down. By the way, seeing as I'm passing these proxies, please, I can't go on my knees because then you won't see me, but please go do the proxies. Ask your secretaries to make sure the proxies are done. Secretaries and presidents need to do the proxies, please. And if you don't know what to do, just ask. We'll help you. I need you to go all the way down to Club Central. At Club Central, you would enter your club, whichever club you're busy with, and you will go to the place where it has Club Success Plan. Okay. Let's have some water. And if you have the internet that I have, it could take a while. You could go on holiday, book a sauna and jacuzzi, and you could say, Granny B, stick to the story. Okay, CSP, That's what we call it. If somebody talks about a CSP, it's the Club Success Plan. Okay, we have that. We start that at club level. There's an area success plan. There's a division success plan. There's a district success plan. All that this is about, the purpose of this whole item is in business, whether you have a business or a ministry or a whatever entity you have, you don't just pitch up and do stuff and go home. Nobody does that. I mean, nobody wakes up in the morning and randomly just goes and does things. Nobody does that. It doesn't work like that. So why would we want to run a business like that or run a club like that? No, Club Success Plan is there to help us to be very focused, because if you decide you want to go on holiday and you had to handle it haphazardly, okay, this morning I feel, yes, let's go on holiday now. You haven't put leave in anywhere. You haven't booked anything. You don't have a clue where you're going. And you drive north, you have the radio on, and they say, hurricanes in the north. Should have planned this one better, hey? That's kind of what we live our lives like in business or clubs from time to time. And this absolute simplified Club Success Plan is the same as a business plan when you have a business, and you can easily translate it into a business plan. It starts off and it takes a flow of exactly every and any business or ministry or whatever it is that you have. It's the simplified version for you to use. So it has changed from what it used to be. Now, there is, I don't know if I'm going to shock you or not. Let me just, let's see how I'll shock you. Let me just fix this a bit, make it a bit better so that I don't shock you too badly. When you, at that place on Club Central, you can actually download it. I downloaded the empty one. So there it has my club number and the program here. It populates that for you. It gives you guidance as to what you want to do and what your focus is that you're going to do, what you need to accomplish, and then it starts. So it is possible to come here and to fill in a PDF. It's possible for you to do that. However, the bonus at the moment is you get, if you complete everything online, you get to have a dashboard that you can, it's like when you're driving, don't be like me when I stayed in Australia. We went once from Sydney to Brisbane for the Commonwealth Games. I'm driving. I mean, that was before most of you were born. It was 1983. I had a Datsun 120Y and I was flooring it because I saw it had these signs on the road that said no speed limit. I said, oh, I love Australia. I want to stay here for the rest of my life. I put that fuel down as deep as I could. When I got back after the weekend, and I shared with everybody at the office how in love I am with Australia. I could drive as fast as my 120Y could take me. And they told me, that sign meant no speed limit. It was geared at trucks and heavy laden vehicles because most of the time there is a speed limit for the bottom limit. You may not go slower than this, but there is one top speed limit, and that's always there for everyone. Did you get caught? I said, no, I just stayed in the center lane. And you know what happens in the center lane? They have 2 lanes going this way, 2 lanes coming this way, and then there's the center lane. The center lane is when you pass by, it's the pass by lane. Well, there was nobody there. I just floored it and Brisbane, here I come. I didn't watch my dashboard. So don't be like that. You've got to watch your dashboard. Otherwise, you're going to get a ticket. So this is our dashboard to make sure that we're not having too slow a speed or too high a speed. This is our focus where we're going to. And there are some items that will pop up along the way to reward you as you accomplish achievements. As you go down, here it is, the plan and action item lists. As you fill in your plan here on the dashboard, it creates action item lists for you. You can see here's the download. That PDF that I had, this is where you just download it. You can get the empty version here, or it will download for you what you have entered so far. So now let's have a look at it. Here's my suggestion to you. I have created a Google Sheet. I work on it, and hopefully it is the right Google Sheet that opens up. There, the right Google Sheet, open up. Do you see what it says? Do not use, make a copy, please. A copy allows you access to your own form. So whenever you see any Google Sheets being shared, the first thing you do, access to it, you go to the part. Now let me just make this smaller that I can show you that part. You go to the part that tells you to make a copy. Okay, one day it will come, it will open up. I promise you, I pressed those 3 buttons. It's fighting with me. Let me just refresh the page. Maybe that's where the issue is. And now press the 3 buttons. There they come. See, make a copy. Just click on the 3 buttons that it make a copy, save the copy on your PC where you want it to be, in your Google Drive where you want it to be, rename it how you want it to be, and leave mine alone so that others can use it as well. Okay. Now, what I've done with that is when you use this, it makes it so that you can send it to the team, because the first few items are about the team. And you will see it's exactly the same forms as on this one. So if I open it up, committee values, not started, and I open it up, this is where I can type it in. So why do I want to go to a Google form if we can do it here? The idea is a strategy, and I'm going to share with you the strategy. I'm just showing you. Oh, jolly, this one went its own route. Let's try again. I promise you, this one is not obeying the buttons I'm pressing. Let's go back to Club Central and obey. And down to Club Success Plan. I don't know why it reset itself there, but nevertheless, it's coming. I see there are questions or something. Okay. Okay. Proxy after ExCo meeting on Tuesday night. Thank you. Where do we get the Google form, please? Monsignor, that's a good question. I shall have to share it with you so that you can have it. Now, we go back here. And I'm back down where we were. And I will click on start. And I trust this time it will go to start. I'm clicking start. And we trust it goes to start. Because when you click on start, the committee values that you see there is the part that will open up for you to actually fill in. And then the next part, yes, there it does. There it goes. Now it starts. Can you see? Now it looks exactly like my PDF. I'll open the PDF for you that you can see. There's the PDF exactly like that. It's exactly the same. And if I have a look at my Google Sheet, it will be exactly the same. Club Executive Committee values. All 3 of them are the same. Now, I'm going to stop sharing and just talking to you. I just needed you to see the 3. The PDF is there for once you're done with it and you just want to download a copy and keep it in your personal files, because that's what the secretary would do. Once you finish completing it, we'll keep a record of what you have done and keep it on file for you. But the reason why you use the Google form is in order for you to, when you share the link to everybody, then they can, each one at their own time, read the questions, fill it in, and they can do it from their heart. Now, if it says, you know, if it's asking, so what values will the committee then be operating on? I have put in that form a few of the Toastmasters values and a few that they often share with us. Now, all I did by that was, it doesn't mean what's on my Google form you have to have. Please remember that. My Google form is not what you have to have. It's what I have discovered over the years that I've used. However, because you save it so that you can use it, you can add and take away whatever you want. I've tried to create the Google form in an easier manner for people, because we're all busy. So when any of our team go on, I make it so that they can go on. It's fast for them to click, click, click and make it work. That was the purpose of my form, but it follows the format very much the same. At the end, there's some extra things that I have that's different, but I'll talk about them in a moment. So how do we handle that? The part that deals with the values, etc., that is in Club Central. We send that out to everybody. They fill it in. The secretary has access to the back part and then would read what people said. Now, maybe I talk about a value of being disciplined. Let's just use that. And somebody else also means discipline, but they use a word that's similar to that. Then the secretary can read and say, okay, these two mean the same. Let's take a word that encompasses both of them. And so they copy and paste and reconcile it and put it down there. When you have your EXCO meeting, you have then given that opportunity to everybody to go through that, and we say, okay, we're happy with that, please delete that one. It just makes it really fast to be able to do it that way. Because the Club Success Plan is everybody coming together. It's everybody's input around that. So there's the basic standards that is the input from everyone. Once we've finished with the basic standards and we start focusing on the 10 DCP goals, that's a different story. That's where the VPE focus just on the VPE part, VPM part. Each one focuses on their part to make it work. So this is the strategy. Use the Google form, share it with your team. Let them fill that part in. Once the secretary takes that information, copies and pastes it onto your Club Central's part, then you are ready for your EXCO meeting. Because all of that is then when you have your EXCO meeting, you can just say, okay, this is what we've said, this is what we've decided. Is there any changes, minor changes we want to do, yes or no? And we'll trigger it as we go. So that you don't spend, because you could spend 3 days on completing the Club Success Plan with everybody's whims and tries and what. But if you do it that way, it goes a bit faster. Let me just see, I may have missed it. Is the Google form sent to all the club members or just the EXCO? No. Good question, that. You could have club members also fill in the values. There's no problem with that. You could have the members also fill it in and just get their feedback of how they see things. Because whoever is at the back end of the Google form, which is normally the secretary, that person can just identify who is in the EXCO, and if they see anything that any of the members added, because maybe you have a seasoned member there and they might add some value to it and say, so-and-so added this. What do you think about that? they can bring that third dimension of what you're busy with. So it's not a hard and fast rule that I'm giving you. It is merely some suggestions to help it make it faster for you and to have a better representation of everybody. I trust that makes sense and that you are online there with that. Now, let's go back to the package. I will just quickly touch on what I have extra in the Google form that is not in the Club Central. So if you go quite far down here, sorry, I must go up now. I've just done this extra, and you are able to even go to a place and you can just delete a section. It gives you an option to delete a section when you click on it. Add a quick in. There we go. There. You can go to a section, there's all the different sections, you can go to them. You can even add a section if you need to. You can, whatever you need to, you can input other questions. You know how Google Forms go, you can deal with it. So here is something different. Something, because now you're a new Exco together. Make sure you have had that meeting protocol. How often would they like to meet? Just hear what they say. And then you can say, 3 people, the secretary can say 3 people said once a month, 1 person said twice a month, nobody weekly. And then you know how the majority is, and you can decide accordingly. How should we meet? In person, on Zoom, as needed. You can add whatever you want there. Which day of the week can we meet? What time should we meet? Can you see? This is beyond the club success plan, but it's part of your club success to have this kind of information and put it together. That's the meetings, etc. Then preferences and personal goals. This is really for the president to be able to know more about their team and how to handle their team. So what is the first preference of communication? If everybody says email, don't send them a WhatsApp. Send them an email. If they say WhatsApp, don't send them an email. Find out what's everybody's first preference, or at least the majority's first preference and second preference, and communicate on those 2. And so I gave 3 preferences and then just a few personal questions regarding it, and that's it done. So that's the Google form. First part, exactly as it is on the website per these. And as you copy and paste and put them down here, it will populate it for you and you will see that dial of the dashboard going forward. And all of these questions are on that part. Then you can save and continue. I'm going to cancel this for now because I didn't put anything on there, and just go into the other portions for you as well. So this portion is basically where the entire team will give their input. The next part of it is, so should we have completed that, that is what the team does. Administration, training, membership, education, and contributing members. This is where we will have where we have the 10 DCP goals that we need to achieve. Those items are in there. So let's have a look at the administration and what that asks. So you can see the training will be, have the club officers been trained, tick, 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 who is going to be done, who's not going to be done. Membership, the 4 members plus the 4 members, when are you going to do it, how are you going to do it, all of those standard items, but it creates an action list for your end when you do that. So here is assign the responsible party. Membership renewal dues, who's going to be that person? Officer list, who's going to be that person? Because that is goal 10, is the administration. So now you can say, okay, membership renewals, that's going to be our treasurer. You can put that up there. Office officer list, when we come to the end of our term, when we have our elections in April next year, who's going to submit that? That be the secretary. And then there are a few other items, the strategies and tactics of how you will get that administration goal done and the due date, etc., that goes with it. And it creates, there's your add and action items. You can add action items and it'll give it to you, gives you places to almost say chop it off, tick it off, so that you can show it has been done. Then if we go back to cancel, so now you understand the 10 DCP goals that are there. The 10th one is administration. Then number 9 is the 2 sets of training that you get. Number 7 and 8 are the 2 goals for, so let's have a look at it here. Administration is goal 10. Training is goal 9. 7 and 8 are members. 1 to 6 is education. And contributing members, that is just which members are going to be contributing towards those goals. And that's where, so the VPE would go to the education part. VP members will go to the membership part. That's how you would be able to complete that. So contributing members, you would select the members. Let me not reveal our club's things, sorry. That's why I especially made sure that the form is blank so that I have a blank form, but it's live that I can go backwards and forwards so that you can see how to use it. But you can select which members will be doing what for the club's success plan. Okay, with that, I believe I've touched on the club success plan as to how you can use the new dashboard version and how exciting it will give you what you need, how you can download the PDF, how you can use a Google form to make it a bit faster for you. I am ready for any questions. Are there any questions? We always try and make our Friday lunchtime trainings short and sweet.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, Tembeka.
I've got 2 questions. The first question is under the education section. I think they require to see, how many members have finished different levels on Pathway. Where do I get that information? Because I was looking both on Easy Speak and on the Toastmasters, and I wasn't sure where to get that information.
Right. Okay. So it's not about who has finished, it's who you're planning to do that. So if you click on it, it will tell you. So let's say you are now looking for who's going to do level 2. So when it calls up your club officers, not club officers, when it calls up your members, you'll be able to see, the VPE will be able to then see, okay, this one is in the middle of level 1, so they're going to be finished with level 1, and they should be able to do level 2 within this entire year, because maybe they just have one more project in level 1 to do. Then I know from them I can get a level 1 and definitely a level 2, and so it is a projection of where you're going to go. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. So on the, maybe I don't look it properly, but on the on that page or interface, does it say, for example, which pathway, where can I see which pathway a member is, and so that I can able to project?
Yes. If you are not in this portal, there is another place where you can look at information like that. But here is also a place where you can get some information as well. I am just seeing that I'm calling it up on the internet. I am just okay, yes, it's fine. I can share. I just want to, because it's going to be my club's information, I just want to make sure that I'm not sharing other people's things. I can reveal mine only. So here goes. I will share now. You see, we just need to protect our members.
The information.
Yes, and the information. And that's why I'm doing it the way I do. So, okay, here I am sharing, and it is just showing my name there. And I'm fine with that. I have bought some extra paths. That's why my name is on there a lot. I I have finished 6 paths already, and that's path 7, 8, and 9. And you can see, if I was to, you can see on this one, I have done level 1. I don't know if you can see that well. I'm going to try and make it bigger. Can you see that? So
Yes,
it shows you here. It shows you your member. It shows you which path they're on, and it shows you the levels they've done. So in this coming year, the VPE then can know for sure they can potentially get a level 3 and maybe a level 4 out of me. So that's then what you would go for. And then when it comes to this one, they could potentially get a level 1 out of me for that. You hear me? So they potentially won't be able to get from every path 2 from me, but probably 2 overall or 3 overall. You know, you have a conversation with your member based on what you see and say, would that be what you would be willing to go to, etc., so that they work towards it. Did that answer your question?
Yes. So do I click on, for example, if I projected you for the first one, you can do level 3 this year. Do I click on 3 as a projection? Okay. And then just the second question, just admin for the form. I don't know if, because I don't have like, I don't know, controlling rights for the form, it shows as a person that should complete it, not, I can't find where I can copy it. The form that you just sent now for the success plan.
Which form is that? The PDF or the Google form?
Oh, sorry, the Google form. It shows as,
yes,
you know, somebody that. Yes.
Okay. Don't worry about the Google form. Not even when the training's finished. When the training's finished, I'm driving to Swakopmund, and that's another 3.5 hours driving. So somewhere tonight, I will post it for everybody and make sure that you have it. Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
So don't worry. Don't worry.
Thanks.
Maud, you've been patient. So was that everything, Tembeka?
Yes, those are my 2 questions. Thank you.
Right. Okay. Maud, you've been patient with your hand up.
Yes, thank you, Granny. Thanks for this training. I'm very happy about it because I think if you recall last year, there was a problem with the Toastmasters website and we had to do it manually. So now that we on the website again, I'm excited about it because I think clubs, it will be a bit easier for clubs. We discussed this yesterday as an EXCO, and I see my club president is also here, Layla. And what I suggested to her is that she gives us a copy of the PDF, which is what she did. We went through the beginning together, the values and the member engagement. And then I asked that we each officer goes and has a look at their portion and does the necessary work. And so your Google form helps because then we can collate everything and then the secretary is just copying and pasting. What I want to ask you is, what I would like to ask is, I always thought you had to have a conversation, especially with the education portion, that you had to have a conversation with the member and it not just be a projection. And I'll tell you why I'm asking. You could say Maud wants to do level 3 and then Maud leaves the club, or Maud says, no, I didn't say that. Or, you know, so I just don't want us to project and then we don't get there. So I just wanted to get clarity on that, maybe as a first point.
Let's speak to that. Yes, let's speak to that. First of all, remember, it's time for renewals now. Sorry, somebody's just calling. Let me just, I almost said kill it and doesn't sound good. So do remember that it's now time for renewals. We must make sure that renewals are not just that as a club, we don't just send out an invoice to our people. No, it should start off with, I've got a simple little, last week, if you were at the training, you would have heard there's a survey. There's a particular survey that Toastmasters International does have, which the VPM can utilize. I also have a simplified little thing that if it's a member that's been there for a while, we want to ask them, what are your plans? And those simplified questions on the Google form, when they fill that in, it shows me what are their plans, what would they like to achieve this year, etc. That helps me to be able to plan and see the big picture of where we as a club can go. If I'm the VPE and I have had all my people fill it in, and I then begin to drag and drop accordingly, I do the planning. And yes, I need to have a conversation with them to say, based on what you said, did I understand you correctly like that? So that when you've put it together, not only have they shared it with you in a Google form, you've gained that conversation with them that that's what they would like to do. Because once we have helped a person to look at the year ahead and made a decision that that's what they want to accomplish, it would make it so much easier to then send them an invoice based on that, because now they have said, they have indicated that this is what they want to do. So, okay, that's what you want to do for this year. So then we can send you a renewal. So can you see how all of it fits together? So absolutely, we are not dictators. We don't do things and just make decisions. We have that conversation with our members to make sure that we are scheduling things. And once we're done, we can share it with them and say, this is what I've looked at. This is how it looks like for me. Is there anybody, because maybe there's somebody that's way more eager than what you have scheduled. They said, no, 2 levels for the year is not for me. I want to do 5 this year. I want to do I want to earn the magic 5. Great. Then you can schedule it in accordingly. But at least it helps you. And remember, that plan is not set in stone. It can change. There's no problem with it. It can change. This is for you because any leader needs to be able to project where they're going. They need to have some kind of strategy and projection where we're going. This helps with that projection. And as the year goes, and especially because it's on the dashboard and it gives us the capacity to go and make the changes, we can align, course correct the way we go from there. So thank you very much, Maud. That was a brilliant question and totally in line with kind of what you guys have shared. Did I answer everything for you, Maud, or was there something missing still?
Yes, you did, Gran. I just want to ask something, and this is more administrative. We Naughty Corner kids. We only had the meeting yesterday, and it's going to take us a little bit longer, especially the VPE portion, because we've got a full membership. Is there any way that we could submit that thing on the 2nd of August? We are meeting. Our club meeting is on the 1st of August, which is next week, Thursday. I know the deadline is Wednesday.
Okay, can you all hear me? Yeah. Okay, listen carefully. If you can't hear me, read my lips. Toastmasters International does not share a due date for this. Did you get that? We in District 74 suggest you do it by the end of July. It's like, come on, guys, 1 month has gone by. We've got to have our plans in order. Technically, you should have your election in April. In May, you're kind of working together with the other team. And in June, this is what you're doing in June. So come July, off you go. And you're ready for the next year. But it doesn't happen like that. All kinds of things happen. And Toastmasters isn't our first priority. There are other things that are a priority. But this is where we say, we need you to do that. Because when you do that, now the area directors, when the clubs have loaded theirs up, it helps it for the area directors to create their area success plan, because now they have it on validity of what the clubs have planned. And then the divisions can do that. And then the district can have that, because that needs to be in. That has a due date that needs to be in order for us to gain any recognition of any kind. So it is a flow of going up. It's just saying to you, please, let's have it ASAP, giving you a guideline by the end of July. If you do that, like the 2nd or 3rd of August, it should probably be okay. But I guess you guys understand where we're coming from. We have to give you something to work towards, and that we can get it done, and that we can all plan going forward, because it's like a ripple effect. Once the clubs do it, then the area can do it, then division can do it, then district can do it, and then we all have everything set going forward. I trust that answer. Okay, let's quickly have a look at that. Going to be, I have not been able to access the club success plan. Why not, everybody? What happens? Tell us your secrets.
So I was all keen to get going. We had our exco. I went on a couple of weeks ago, and I thought I had downloaded everything. But when I come to try to open it, it says, sorry, this is a corrupted file. It cannot be worked on.
Used.
I've downloaded it 3 times. It says the same thing. Can't do it. I went on today as soon as I heard that the alignment was up and running. I went and had a look, and none of that what you've got showing comes up on my Pinnacle Toastmasters. So
okay, so
I'm in a
all I would
wondering-
like you to, I just want to ask you, please have a look. Go to the club officers part. You know, when you enter Club Central, go to club officers assignment. See what have you been assigned as, because it can be that maybe the assignment was just incorrectly done. Make sure you are assigned properly. That could be the thing. What are you this term? What club officer role are you taking now?
President.
Okay, yes. Thank you, Madam President. Have a look. And let's see what's happening there. And if you do not have that, if that part is not working and you do not have good access there, check with your secretary and with your VPE, what kind of access do they have? Okay, so that we can just see how we need to adjust that. And anybody that has a problem, just reach out. Okay. I will not be very fast at answering today, but I will get to you. You all know. You all know. I eventually get to you. And I love reminders. If I haven't answered you in 24 hours, if you don't get an answer from me, it's your fault because you didn't remind me. Okay. Cut off date for submission. Is this the cutoff date for completed success plan? Yep, that is the cutoff date for the success plan. Okay. If you use the second link and not the first one, it should let you copy your own. I don't know what you mean by first and second link. Tembeka, could you just explain that to me? Maybe
Sorry,
I had a
Granny
blank
B.
moment there.
Yeah, sorry, Granny B, that was me. I was just saying when Tembeka was asking about the link not letting you
Oh,
copy.
Tembeka. I see now. Sorry.
Yes, it's when she was asking about the link not being copied, I also struggled with that. And then I saw a second link was posted and that one did let you
okay.
copy. Yes.
Okay. That's great. Okay, wonderful. Thank you. And then Jabulani says, hi, going to be, this training was insightful. Thank you. Will the recording be shared? Just pray that we do. We need to do that. I see that the last one was not shared and that our time for training is done. I trust you all had a fantastic time together. You are ready to rock and roll and be successful and create a culture of care while you're doing it. Any other question? We have like 1 minute left. No other question? You know, when you go, you have to switch on your camera and voice your goodbyes. We want to hear you. So please be ready to switch on your camera and say goodbye as you leave. I trust this was helpful.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, Jabulani. Bye-bye,
Thanks,
Bill.
Granny.
Bye-bye.
Thank you,
Bye,
dear.
Carl Shaw.
Bye.
Bye. Bye-bye, Lizanne. Bye,
Thank
Molly.
you.
And who else did I
Bye.
miss? Oh, there's my CJ. Hello, CJ. Magna. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Lizanne. And who else is there? Ricardo, Richard. Oh, you disappear. Oh, goodness me. You mustn't go. I must figure out how to say your name. No, man, help me. Unmute, talk.
Yeah, I'm here. Kitsupile. Tsupi for short.
Kitsupile. Okay, it kept
Kitsupile.
cutting off, so I didn't know where it was going. Thank you, Kitsupile.
All
You
right.
have a fantastic
Thank you,
weekend,
Granny.
hey? Lots of
All right.
love. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Ricardo. Bye-bye, Richard. Bye-bye, Madna. And thank you, Estelle. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. I'm downloading the video links now and I'm sending it now. Now.
There we go. Make sure that we do last week's one as well, please, if you don't mind, because I see my Leah didn't do it. I must get back onto Leah so that she can come into that routine that we can upload and blah, blah, blah.